Hello, Oilers fans. Austin here, and welcome back to my main studio. Yes, I am home safe and sound from the Oilers Nation vacation from Vancouver, where I had an absolute blast. Vancouver Canucks fans were amazing. Oilers fans were amazing. The vibes were immaculate. It was a ton of fun, and I can't wait to go on another Nation vacation sometime in the future. But for now, just like myself, I'm back at home, and the Edmonton Oilers, they are also back at home, taking on a red-hot Utah Mammoth team that have won their last, how many games have they won in a row now? Seven wins in a row. They're 8-2 on the season. The Utah Mammoth have been on absolute fire. And for the Edmonton Oilers, this is going to be one of their toughest tests of the entire season. And I want to say I'm feeling good about this game, but I'm really not. The way Edmonton's been playing and the way Utah's been playing, I don't know how many of you have been watching the Utah Mammoth this season, but they are an absolute wagon. The way they play with the puck, their pace with the puck, the way they move the puck up the ice, the way they attack on transition, and then, of course, somehow Nick Schmaltz is leading the league in scoring. He has 16 points. What is that all about? What the heck is that all about? They have Logan Cooley scoring at will. Dylan Guenther is one of their most dynamic players that they have, and one of my personal favorite players to watch outside of Edmonton. It is going to be a very tough game tonight. So in today's pregame report, we're going to discuss the Oilers' projected lineups and something interesting. They might be going 11-7 tonight, so we will talk about that. We're going to go over the pregame stats for both teams, kind of how they stack up against each other. I'll do the keys to the game, players to watch, and the score prediction. So if you end up enjoying today's pregame report, make sure to hit that like button. If you're happy to see Mochi again on the webcam, make sure you hit that like button. And we'll jump right into it, folks. Also, who stayed up to watch the Blue Jays game last night? 18 innings. That game ended at almost 1 a.m. local time. If you live in Eastern Canada, I couldn't even imagine the lack of sleep that you probably got. Would have loved to see them win. Maybe they get the win tonight and they even up the World Series, but they are in tough against the Dodgers. But we're here to talk about hockey. I just wanted to get my Jays, my Jays mention in there because I know there's a lot of Jays fans who tune in. The projected lineup for the Edmonton Oilers top line. I mean, again, take the lineup with a grain of salt. Chris Knoblauch likes to just completely discombobulate his lines after about 10 minutes into the first period. Although, to give Chris Knoblauch credit, he didn't really mess with the lines against the Canucks. Only a couple times did you see McDavid loaded up with Draisaitl. He did consistently roll 4 lines against Vancouver, so maybe as a coach, he's starting to learn. Oh my goodness, maybe I shouldn't just scramble the lines every 5 minutes and actually give guys time to get familiar with each other and build some chemistry. On the top line, you have Nugent Hopkins with Connor McDavid and Andrew Mangiapane. I thought they had an okay game against the Vancouver Canucks. I didn't think they played amazing, but they had a couple good looks. I like Mangiapane's game a lot. I think he's a really good fit next to Connor McDavid. Mangiapane has the speed to keep up with McDavid, but he's also very gritty. He goes into the dirty areas. He's a grindy player, and I like to see that. I'd like to see Mangiapane maybe crash the crease just a little bit more. I'd like to see him around that blue paint. Obviously, don't take out the goaltender because then goals won't count. We don't need another Zach Hyman in that aspect. You know how many goals are taken away from Zach Hyman when he's sitting around the blue paint. But for the Oilers, that top line, I would like to see a little bit more attacking of the blue paint. And for Connor McDavid, obviously, he is sitting at 1 goal this season in 10 games, which means, yes, he is on pace for a whopping 8 goals this season. Could you imagine if Connor McDavid actually scored just 8 goals in the entire year? Oh my goodness gracious. So we're talking about the big discount that he took. Maybe he didn't actually take a discount if he's only going to score 8 goals this season. Connor, we need you to start putting that puck in the net, brother. Come on, you can do it. You scored 64 goals a couple of years ago. What the heck is this? Get that puck in the net. Shoot it. What are we doing? Stop looking for the perfect pass. Enough of this. On the second line, you have Podkolzin with Leon Draisaitl and Jack Roslovic. Now, Roslovic against the Canucks, he scored his first goal as an Edmonton Oiler. It was a very, very nice shot. The Oilers were able to keep that puck alive along the half wall. Roslovic walked in and just an absolute snipe over the glove of Thatcher Demko. So for Jack Roslovic, hopefully that continues to build his game and his confidence. I like the way Roslovic plays. I've actually been a big fan of his over the last, probably 3 games or so have been his best hockey. And that makes sense. It did take him a few games to get comfortable. It took him a few games to get used to the system. He didn't get a training camp or a preseason. So now we're seeing what Roslovic should be able to do on a day-to-day basis as a regular in this lineup. I like him and Draisaitl together. I also like Vasily Podkolzin. I almost called him Victor Podkolzin, but I was thinking of Victor Arvidsson there. Vasily Podkolzin has looked good next to Draisaitl as well. That second line, I hope they continue to play well. Draisaitl, he had 2 goals against Vancouver. So this line in particular is able to score some goals. Let's see if they are able to keep that going tonight against Utah. On the third line, it'll be Trent Frederic, Adam Henrique, and Matthew Savoy. And listen, I don't think Henrique has been a bad player this season. And when it comes to Matthew Savoy, his speed, his skill set, I just don't think it matches well with Adam Henrique, and I definitely don't think it matches well with Trent Frederic. Trent Frederic supposedly had 8 hits in that Canucks game. Now, I was at Rogers Arena in Vancouver. I don't know. I didn't think Frederic looked very noticeable. I didn't notice him lay the body 8 times. So for Trent Frederic, obviously, he is becoming more physical. The stats show he's becoming more physical. I'd also like to see him drive the blue paint a little bit. I want to see Trent Frederic take over a game physically. I want to see him lay someone out. I want to see him start mucking it up after the whistle. He did have a conversation with Evander Kane during one of the TV timeouts in Vancouver, and I thought Frederic and Kane were going to go at some point because they were in a pretty deep discussion. Frederic was probably letting him know, like, hey, we don't forget you knocking out Alec Regula. He may have been asking Evander Kane if he wanted to go, but obviously you need to have a willing combatant. If Kane didn't want to go, who knows what they were talking about? Maybe they weren't talking about that. Maybe they were talking about dinner plans after the game. Who knows? NHL players are weird like that. So for Trent Frederic, though, obviously we want to see him start to contribute more on the score sheet as well, but I also want to see him just become more engaged and more involved. I don't know if the high ankle sprain that he had last season is still bothering him. It shouldn't still be bothering him, although it did take Leon Draisaitl quite a while to look 100% after his a couple years ago. So for Trent Frederic, maybe, possibly he can get his game going. I'd like to see it. The team needs him. They desperately need Trent Frederic to be a difference maker on the ice. That's in some capacity, whether it's physically or on the score sheet. And now the fourth line, you have Howard with Tomaszek, and then Noah Philp, I put a question mark beside because apparently at morning skate, Philp was kind of the odd man out, and it sounds like the Oilers are going to go 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. On defense, you'll have Nurse with Bouchard, who I actually thought played very well against the Vancouver Canucks. That was a defense pairing I was very worried about heading into that game, but I thought they looked pretty good. I thought they were effective at moving the puck out of trouble. Darnell Nurse was good on his feet. Evan Bouchard was great with his outlet passes. Maybe there's something there. Let's see if the larger sample size can build something between those two. On the second pair, you have Ekholm with Wallman. That is an interesting pair. I think Jake Wallman is being asked to just settle guys down. He was trying to settle down Darnell Nurse when he came back into the lineup, and now he's being asked to settle down Matthias Ekholm. Now, Ekholm looked like an absolute pylon against Vancouver. Kiefer Sherwood made Ekholm look like an absolute pylon on that late second period goal for the Canucks. So for the Oilers, for Ekholm, they need him to get going here. Obviously, we know Ekholm was dealing with some form of injury during the playoffs. We don't know if he's 100% right now. If he's not 100%, oh my God, why are you in the lineup? You are being a detriment to this team right now if you are not 100%. On the third pair, you have Kulak with Emberson, and then Alec Regula. It does sound like he is imminently ready to return here. So if he is in the lineup, it sounds like they'll go 7D and they'll run 11 forwards. This is something that Chris Knobloch does very rarely. I think he's done it a few times total in his entire tenure as head coach of the Edmonton Oilers. So keep an eye out for that. In goal, you have Stuart Skinner. Stu is in the pipes tonight, and he had a tough game against Seattle, and hopefully he can bounce back. The Oilers have gotten an .880 save percentage in 3 out of their 10 games this season, and in those 3 games, they are 3-0-0. So if the Oilers get better than .880, an .880 save percentage, is that too much to ask for? Right? Remember when the season started, I was like, I just want a .905. We can't even get 900 reliably right now. Stu, we're not asking for a lot here. We're asking for 900, a 900 save percentage. Can you do it? Come on, man. Come on, Stu. You can do it. Dark Stu. Let's channel some Dark Stu energy tonight. Taking a look at the stats here, the Utah Mammoth, they are 8-2 on the season. Their power play ranks 13th at 22.2%. Penalty kill, not so hot, 72.7%, which ranks 22nd. Utah, though, they score a ton of goals. They rank 5th in the league with 3.7 goals per game. And they are one of the best defensive teams with one of the best goaltenders in the league right now. They rank 2nd in goals against per game, 2.40 goals against per game. For the Oilers already have a struggling offense. They struggle at generating high danger chances at an elite rate like they did last season. And they're going to be in tough against Utah. If they are not crashing the blue paint, if they are not getting traffic in front of the net tonight, the Edmonton Oilers are not going to have any success. And this is going to be an absolute blowout in favor of Utah. Expected goals for the Utah Mammoth, they rank 7th in the league, so they also control play analytically. They are a good team at 5-on-5, and they control play when it comes to the advanced analytics. The Utah Mammoth are legit. This is a legit team. This should be a playoff team without a doubt in my mind, and the Oilers have to be on their best game tonight. Shots for percentage, Utah ranks 3rd, and their team save percentage at 5-on-5 ranks 8th, 92.18%, a .921 save percentage for Utah at 5-on-5. Looking over at the Edmonton Oilers, they are 4-4-2 on the season. They are somehow 500 despite how poor they've played, which means you can only go up from here. This is kind of around the time the last couple seasons where the Oilers started to turn their entire seasons around. Let's see if they're able to start to turn their season around tonight against one of the league's best teams. The Oilers' power play ranks 5th in the league at 31%. Power play merchants, yes, they are. If they get a couple power play opportunities tonight, let's see if they can keep burying those pucks because they desperately need the goals. The Oilers' penalty kill ranks 13th, 80.8%. They score 2.9 goals per game, which ranks 21st. Like I mentioned, the Oilers are struggling at putting the puck in the net, so let's see if they're able to turn that around. Goals against per game, they rank 16th at 3.10 goals against per game. Their expected goals for, they are middle of the road when it comes to the advanced stats, 50.90%. Although I will say against Vancouver and against Seattle, there's signs that their game is turning around in a positive way. Let's see if they are able to keep building on those two games at 5-on-5. Shots for percentage, they rank 5th in the league, 54.89%, and team save percentage at 5-on-5 has dropped all the way down to 26th at 89.42%. Now let's take a look at the keys to the game for the Edmonton Oilers. Less point shots. Oh my God. If I see this team continue to take 20 low-danger wristers from the blue line, looking at you, Darnell Nurse, tonight, I am going to absolutely lose it. Less point shots, please. Work the cycle. Get the puck in the middle. One-timers, cross-crease attempts. I don't care what it takes. Stop shooting from the point with no traffic. I don't mind a shot from the point if there's traffic and you're going for deflections, but the Oilers don't generate any traffic in front of the net. They need less point shots. They need to work it behind the goal line. They need to work it behind, pass out in front, wrap around attempts, crash the blue paint. I don't care what it takes to get the puck into the net tonight, but less point shots would be nice to see. Attack on transition. We don't see the Oilers attack off the rush very often. The last couple of games, they have been able to attack off the rush a little bit more. Hopefully they can keep that going tonight. And number 3, it goes without saying, this team needs some saves. It's not that the goaltending is sinking them, but the fact that they've only had an .880 save percentage or better in 3 out of their 10 games this season, and the team is undefeated in those games, that goes to show that all the team really needs is just, like I said, a .900 save percentage. If they give up 30 shots, that is 3 goals against, and it cannot be any more than that. So for Stuart Skinner, for the Oilers defense, find a way to lock things down, and they need some saves. For the Utah Mammoth, speed kills. My goodness gracious, Oilers fans, keep an eye on Utah. Watch the way they play. Watch the pace that they play at. This is a young, skilled, fast team, and they will get on you. If the Oilers are not smart with the puck, it is going to be game over so fast before the end of the first period. We're all going to be scratching our heads because Utah could easily build a 3 or 4 goal lead in the first period if Edmonton is not ready to go. Number 2, make Stu move. If the Utah Mammoth are making Stuart Skinner move around in his blue paint, if they're making him move laterally, well, Stu, when he has to go cross crease, he ends up just falling on his face for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. What the heck's that all about, Stu? Can you stay on your feet? Can you push off with one leg and just slide like a normal goalie? I don't know. Make Stu move. That is his weakness. If you are making him move around in his blue paint, he is not going to be able to save those pucks that are coming across to him. So make him move. And number 3, loosey-goosey. The Utah Mammoth, this is a young, fast, fun team. They are having a blast out on the ice, and they're playing loosey-goosey. They are just having a good time. The Edmonton Oilers, they're gripping their sticks a little bit. This is a veteran team that has been through a lot over the past couple of seasons. They played a lot of hockey. The Utah Mammoth, you are going out there and you are just playing your game. You are having fun, loosey-goosey. Should have some success tonight if you're Utah. Now, my players to watch for the Edmonton Oilers, I'm going with Leon Draisaitl. Now, I was going to go with Cooley for Utah, but I decided to go with Dylan Guenther, mostly because I watched Dylan Guenther play on the Edmonton Oil Kings a ton when he was in junior. This is one of my favorite players to watch outside of Edmonton. I think Dylan Guenther is he gets his flowers. It's not that he's underrated, but I think he's underappreciated sometimes. Dylan Guenther is an amazing player. Keep an eye on him as a Utah fan and as an Oiler fan. If you like watching other players around the league, Dylan Guenther is one of the ones that I will always recommend watching. And let's get to the score prediction. Who is going to win this game? I'm not feeling good, folks. I'm sorry. I know this is an Oilers-based channel, but the way Utah's been playing, the way the Oilers have been playing, the way the Oilers match up against Utah, I don't like Edmonton's chances here. I'm going to say 6-3 for the Utah Mammoth with a Leon Draisaitl goal. I think Leon's going to continue his strong play, but I don't like this matchup. It's not that I don't think the Oilers can't win, because obviously they can. The Oilers have it in them. They have the players and personnel and skill set to get the job done. Defensively, they can get the job done, but we haven't seen enough this season for me to be confident to say that, yes, Edmonton is going to come out on top against the Utah Mammoth. This is going to be the toughest test of the season for Edmonton. The Utah Mammoth are an absolute wagon. It is going to be a tough one. I wish I could do a live stream for those of you who have been looking for live streams, just because of my league schedule that I'm in and my work schedule. Live streams are going to be very sporadic now. I can't guarantee how often I'm going to be able to do live streams anymore. I will try and do them when I can. If you don't see anything scheduled 1 or 2 hours before game time, then that usually means that I'm not able to do one. I'll see what I can do moving forward. This weekend, again, I'm not going to be able to do any live streams with just how things are working in life right now. So I do apologize for that. I'm hoping in November I can kind of get a schedule going, and then by December have more consistent live streams. But I appreciate your support nonetheless. You guys all always tune in to the pre-games, the post-games, the day afters. I truly appreciate it. You are the best fans on the planet. I will see you tonight after the game in the post-game fan reaction, where I hope the Edmonton Oilers have come out on top with a win. But if they did not come out on top with a win tonight, well, I mean, I won't be entirely surprised. Also, friendly reminder, the Oilers are wearing their new alternate jerseys tonight. This is the first look that we're going to get to see at those cream-colored jerseys. I'm very excited to see that on the ice and on the broadcast. I think they look amazing. Let's see how good they look out on the ice. Maybe the Oilers, maybe that'll channel some good positive energy for the team, and they're just going to go on an absolute tear in those jerseys. So we'll see how it goes, folks. Tell them that you love them, and as always, fight like a kid, fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers. We'll see you in the post game. Take care.